Then since you like wrestling, I'll leave you. Alright guys, welcome to the Loose Podcast episode 2. I'm Leo. Untamed is here. I finally played with Untamed. He likes wrestling. So we're doing the end of the year awards today, but I have 2 other background because I have to. I don't have to.
Salty Richo.
So we have the H&M Bowl, which is like really H&M is pretty stupid for doing that, but apparently they put what's going on, JD and Joel. So apparently they put a color in a hoodie that says coolest monkey in the jungle. So that was, in my opinion, it's pretty stupid that they would do that because obviously they hire these kids and they know. Oh my god, my internet. Hold up guys, let me check something. Let me check right now.
There's 2 kids to my left.
Alright, let me check if the internet is currently running because it's just said on my PlayStation that's not. So let me check something. If you guys can tell me, do you guys see like anything else but like this like dark little screen by any chance? Or because if you guys don't see anything then whatever because
I got a sniper.
Alright. So JD, do they have the thing again, JD? Like the glitch where it's just like a globe with like the hazard? Metalik or new one? Which one? I see the screen by the way. Okay. Metalik or no one Metalik. Metalik would be a really good cruiserweight. But then no one dodges.
What are these kids doing?
No one dodges.
I just downed 2 kids. They're such like autistic donkeys.
So we're gonna talk about we obviously have the end of the year awards coming up. And which is later on. But the H&M thing, I think that it's pretty stupid
really,
because
gonna finish you?
Obviously these kids, like they hire these kids, and so they know like what like color they are. So they should have known going in that this is like hey, look at like the hoodie you're putting on, like this is a racist, offensive term. But again, people just don't see it like in this world anymore. People don't understand. Can Untamed do his famous burp? I don't know. Can he?
Oh yeah!
Hiring what kids?
Not now.
Alright, yeah, don't do it now. After, yeah. So basically, JD, if you don't know, so basically what just happened is, this kid, who's a kid of color, got hired to, participate in
the kid over there behind that,
an H&M,
ice cream truck.
An H&M, and this kid, and then they put him on a hoodie which says coolest monkey in the jungle. Now this kid's a color. You guys obviously know how racist that is.
Right! Holy crap!
So
give me that shotgun. Pick up the shotgun! Pick up the shotgun! Pick up the shotgun!
So yeah. And then so it's obviously really offensive. And then my opinion is that you guys are the ones hiring these people, so like you guys obviously know what you guys are getting yourselves into by hiring these kids. You guys know the color of their skin on those. So you gotta be careful. Oh, there's this famous word. You gotta be careful with what you put on your employees because like it could come off as racist. Like that Dove commercial where like it was this black woman of color who took off her t-shirt after putting on Dove, and the symbolism is that she turned white, which is pretty racist. You gotta be careful with what you put on like your employee. It's only racist if you think about it, but in this case it's pretty racist. Yeah. You gotta think about
yourself. You're not as good as me. Right?
You just gotta think about it like he's a little kid too, so he probably doesn't understand it, but like, you know, it's disgusting how people now, like, obviously we have the Logan Paul situation, how, you know, he's being an idiot. We have, like, H&M now being idiots right now, so, you know, this world, I feel like ever since Trump got elected, it's just like this world is just, like, they've lost all sense of humanity. And, I mean, I think, so, yeah, be careful with what you put on TV or the internet or everything. Oh, alright, I see people. Be careful in general with what you, like, put out there, because you never know how people are going to perceive it. So, just my main opinion on. And then the Shane Dawson. Everybody knows about what happened with Shane Dawson.
What?
Where they made a video of accusing him of a pedophile, basically.
Nice.
And yeah, and basically it came out. Obviously, he's not a pedophile. I think we can all agree that Shane Dawson's not a pedophile. It's obviously a lie. And whoever's doing that is just trying to make him look bad. Did you hear about the new city in Fortnite? I did hear about the new city in Fortnite. I did. I don't know where it's gonna be. They're saying in between Pleasant and Anarchy, but you know, we'll see. So yeah. So basically, he's never has been, nor will he. I'm assuming he never will be. Even before Trump, this world has been putting shit. He's putting a hit on ducks to kill. Justice, stop talking about ducks, please. ducks are like I don't understand. Ducks. But yeah, so again, I'm gonna drop the 2 boogie bombs. But yeah, so again,
here, I can hold on to them. I can hold on to them.
All right, then come on to the store. So yeah, the thing with Shane Dawson, right, is obviously they're saying that somebody was they were the channel that made this video was hired to to make this video.
Not good.
And if that's the case, then whoever hired this channel to make the Shane Dawson video, I don't understand why you do that. Because if it's somebody who's like never had beef with Shane Dawson, if it's somebody who's never even met Shane Dawson in real life, never even watched it, but like I don't understand why you feel the need to just like bring them down. Like I don't like.
All right, so where's the big bombs?
They're inside the store over there, like that store over there.
All right.
So yeah, I don't understand why you feel the need. I'll show you.
Yeah,
Come.
I'll just find it.
So I don't understand why you feel the need to do that. But yeah, so Shane Dawson is not a pedophile. Whoever, people are saying that Logan Paul's manager is the one who sent out this channel to make this video. And if that's the case, and if it's true that they're doing it to take heat off Logan, then that's just a really scummy move. Because your client is getting hate for something that he deserves to be getting hate for. It's not like, oh, you know, he didn't do anything wrong, so he doesn't deserve hate. He does deserve hate because what he did is absolutely wrong. If you're gonna go and be like, okay, yo, look, you guys, this isn't wrong. We could post this. It's gonna be great publicity. Like you honestly deserve to be punished. So
did you just get shot at?
No. If his manager,
there's kids shooting over here.
Okay. I'll go. If his manager is really behind this whole Shane Dawson video, then Logan Paul deserves even more hate. Where are they? Because it's like you're gonna sit. I see him. Yeah. You're gonna sit here and hire like a hitman type of. I got him first. Chill.
No.
On tape. Okay.
Do it, buddy.
I'm getting glitched, man.
Down.
Oh, on tape. He's here.
I'm coming.
He's right there. He's right there. On tape. He's right there.
Crunching.
Hola. Revive me.
Down.
I'm right here. Revive me. Alright.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, he's right there. Should like just go down. Alright, now again. So basically, it's I don't know, man. It's basically as if it's basically right. It's like a hitman, right? So you guys know what a hitman is, right? It's like somebody who's a hired assassin, basically. You're gonna go there and you're gonna like, okay, listen.
Med kit down here for you.
All right, we need to take the heat off my client, so I'm gonna hire you to make this video to get the heat. But then again, it's not gonna work because the Pauls, this is the problem with the Pauls, right? Like, I know I'm going completely outside, but here's my problem with the Pauls. They try so badly to get publicity that they don't even see the error of their own mistakes. Because you went to a suicide forest.
There's some more kids up here.
Okay. A suicide forest. And frickin' recorded a dead body of somebody hanging. You do not deserve to frickin' sit here and say, oh, you know what? Let's just get the heat on my client by hating on some other guy. Like, that is not what you're gonna do. When I go on night 4, I'm gonna try to pull the double. Okay, I'm going. I know. Yeah.
Quite fair.
So yeah, that's just my view on it. If the rumors are true that it was Logan's
oh well, skirt, go, run.
Manager, we should go to circle. Then that is completely wrong. They should be reprimanded even more. Also, speaking of Logan Paul, his YouTube Red movie got put on hold, and he's losing 50% of his ad revenue due to being taken off of Google's preferred accounts, which I do believe is a fair punishment. But I have to agree with Keemstar on the point that, in terms of his YouTube Red movie, it's not good for business because the first thinning, which came out in 2016, did so well for YouTube Red And it was just like Logan is like one of the main reasons why that was so popular. So it wouldn't make any sense for them to take off Logan or like put it on hold because he, like him losing his ad revenue. Yeah, that is a fair punishment. Him losing his ad revenue, but I don't see the point of them like putting his YouTube Red movie on hold and possibly taking him off of it because YouTube Red, they need the money, and you know, Logan is the one that brought in the money for the thing. Also, JD just mentioned it. Alyssa.
Oh my God, what was that shot?
Alyssa Violet and FaZe Banks are potentially getting sued, which is kind of dumb because if you remember, it was confirmed that the Barley House had given Banks permission to release the video.
Holy crap!
He's on the back. Giving up permission. Okay, he's behind me. Oh.
Oh
so,
my God.
Is it YouTube Red from YouTube? Yeah. But the thing is with that,
bad shots though.
is that like Logan? They were allowed to put up the video from the deal. Yeah. There was a video. They were allowed to put up the video, which is kind of retarded that they're gonna say, oh, you know what, we're gonna sue you. But they literally they agreed like, okay, you know what, we're gonna let you come up with this last video and that's it. We're gonna let you come out with the video and that's it. You're gonna sit there and be like, all right, you know what, we're gonna sue you. But no, that looks really bad on their part because you gave them permission to upload the video in the first place, so you can't sue them for something you allow them to do. So that's my take on that. But now we're gonna go on to the main part of the podcast, which is the end of the year award. I've been putting this off for a while. We're gonna do it now, and yeah, so we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off low, then we're gonna go up. So we're gonna start off. I added 2 more categories, so we're gonna start off with one of those. The top 3 best NXT takeovers of 2017. We're gonna start off there. So coming in at number 3 is NXT Takeover Chicago. For obvious reasons, it came out with one of the best matches of the year, which was Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for the UK title. They had that great DIY versus Optimus Pain ladder match. They had the great Bobby Roode Hideo Itami NXT title match. It was just the matches were so good. The feel of the crowd was amazing. And I mean, there was nothing much you could say about it. You had to watch it or be there live just to see the energy. So yeah, take. I'll explain. You know what? For the 2 categories I added, I won't put in too much. But like for the other ones, a lot of people were gonna disagree with me with WrestleMania, but WrestleMania was like amazing. So we're gonna start it off.
Freaking Caleb wants you to unmute him.
Yeah, tell him when I'm done with the podcast. So
just wait till we win, Caleb.
So we're gonna now start off with the top 10 best NXT matches of the year. Coming in at number 10 is going to be Johnny Gargano versus Andrade. Oh, honorable mentions is Nakamura versus Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship at TakeOver Orlando. So there you go. Coming in at number 10, it is going to be Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. It was the opening match. It was basically people thought it was going to be a filler match where Gargano was just going to go over. Nope. Yeah. It was probably the best match of the show. Best male match of the show, at least. And I mean, what more can you say about it? I mean, the slingshot spear, the drama of the finish where Zelina Vega throws in a DIY shirt to throw Gargano off course. I mean, it was like a lot of dramatic.
I swear to God, I'm having the worst luck today.
See,
I mean, who just
me, Pussycat Fire, and basically it was just like
kid in the soccer field.
All right. I mean, and it was just the perfect story of Gargano beginning his journey to the top as a single star to be betrayed by his best friend. And then
hang on, you guys, I might just
Almas trying to rejuvenate his career after, well, being used as the Ty Dillinger, where he's just used for jobbing out to debuting stars or just stars.
If he comes over here, then
want to put over.
Hey, just put a trap down in this house.
So yeah. Let me take this phone.
Don't go in the house. Don't go in the house. Where's he at? Wait, where am I getting shot at from?
But yeah, so Gargano and Almas, as good as it was, the drama it was not. You could say, I mean, I would love to say that, you know, it was like in top 5, but I mean, it's just like there were so many good matches. But yeah, Gargano and Almas, however, does come in at
where am I getting shot at from?
He's up here.
Oh, from right here.
It's just
I kill myself, but don't kill him. Okay, that makes sense.
Hold up, I'm sorry. I need to take this for myself. Oh, what the? What the?
Dude.
And Caleb and
come on.
No. So yeah, coming in at number 9 is going to be Aleister Black versus Hideo. No, I lied. This is actually the best man match to take over Brooklyn 3. Coming in at number 9 is going to be Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. This matchup was so brutal on many accounts, and it was another match that I was like looking forward to, but I didn't see it as like the match that was gonna like seal the show. But my oh my, did it. Aleister Black broke his nose in this match, and it just added to the drama of two of the hardest hitting superstars in the entirety of WWE, NXT, and the main roster, doing what they do best, which is basically kicking the out of each other. And it was just absolutely amazing. From the Black Mass out of nowhere to the GTS to Aleister Black just going mental with kicks, to Hideo Itami going mental as a heel. It was just absolutely incredible. Black and Itami went all out to do this. I feel like the one thing I'm gonna go for is this. So coming in at number 8 is another Johnny Gargano match. Johnny Gargano versus Pete Dunne at NXT. On NXT November 22nd.
He got back.
For the UK title. The match actually took place at TakeOver War Games.
Over in this house.
Technically, they pre-recorded it.
Who cares about the med kit?
But yeah, so this matchup was so good because it highlighted Gargano's struggle to get to the top. You could see that Gargano was doing everything from super kicks to arm trap crossfaces to basically every move that he had in his arsenal to put away Pete Dunne. But Pete Dunne was just as the bruiserweight, basically. He was resilient. He just beat the hell out of Johnny Gargano. And it basically just highlighted how Pete Dunne can be so good at adapting to being a heel. And Johnny Gargano is just so good at being like the Daniel Bryan of NXT. This resilient babyface that always loses but always gets a good reaction from the crowd. In the end, Pete Dunne gave Johnny Gargano his bitter end with the bitter end to walk out with the title, but it was no short of an incredible match and another great match to add to the list of Gargano. And trust me, you will not. This is not the last you'll be seeing of Gargano or Pete Dunne on this list. Coming in at number 7, it is the best match of TakeOver Brooklyn 3. You guessed it, the only women's match that made it on both lists. It is Asuka versus Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship. Asuka and Ember Moon have fought, I believe it was once before at TakeOver Orlando where Asuka came out on top. So this was the night that everybody believed it was Ember's time. However, the Empress of Tomorrow was not going to let that happen as they had an instant classic women's match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm all over the place today. So yeah, with this match, the super kick that Ember Moon hit, the super kick that she hit, I thought that was in. And it was absolutely incredible, this drama. Will Ember Moon finally be the one? Is Asuka going to be able to keep her streak alive? You had to feel it.
Where's she at?
You just had to feel it every time there was a near fall after the eclipse. Whether it was her escaping, you just had to believe that there was there was always a near fall that just left you on the edge of your seat. There was nothing you could do about it because it was just so
since you wanted so bad, holy crap, just
freaking good.
I'll have it.
So yeah, Asuka and Ember Moon coming in at number 7 on the list. Coming in at number 6 is going to be DIY versus the Revival versus the Authors of Pain at NXT TakeOver Orlando in a triple threat NXT Championship, NXT Tag Team Title match. The Authors of Pain broke out after this match. It was the two teams that had match of the year last year taking on the team that people thought were green in the ring, meaning that they weren't as good, but now they proved otherwise. DIY and the Revival didn't carry the Authors of Pain, but the spots were incredible. Whether it was Tommaso and I believe it was Dash hitting the super kick and a knee strike, a DIY finish, or Johnny Gargano and Scott Dawson hitting the Shatter Machine, which is the Revival's finish, the suplex through the table, the drama of DIY being eliminated first and the fans being mad about it. There was just so much that you could enjoy about this match because it was just so good, and it finally showed that the Authors of Pain aren't as bad as people say they were. And Gargano, Ciampa, Dawson, and Wilder were absolutely amazing. That's why they're coming in at number 6. Although it's coming in at number 5 is going to be DIY versus the Authors of Pain at NXT TakeOver Chicago in a ladder match. Again, this is the final match DIY had as a team, but it was nothing short of an instant classic. From whether it was a German suplex off the ladder to Akam from Tommaso Ciampa through a ladder, whether it was Gargano and Ciampa simultaneously jumping off ladders, through ladders onto the Authors of Pain, whether it was Gargano pushing Ciampa out of the way to take a ladder shot for him, or it was Gargano and Ciampa hanging out off the top of the titles with no ladder, and then the Authors of Pain catching up for the Super Collider. This matchup was so good on many levels. It utilized the ladder match. It brought in the drama as the inevitable breakup of DIY came. Nobody saw it coming as they put up the little sign that's basically saying that they're off the air. Nobody saw it coming, and that is why it was just so freaking executed to perfection. That is why not only was the match great, but the execution of Ciampa's heel turn, saying this is not your moment, it's mine, it was absolutely incredible. That's why it's going to come in at number 5 on the list. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate for the UK title on the December 20th edition of NXT. Dunne and Bate may have had their first instant classic at NXT TakeOver Chicago, but when they had their third encounter on the December 20th edition of NXT, it was no short of instant classic. Dunne and Bate no selling shots like it was his freaking damn job. Dunne just again with the hard shots. Nothing that you could say about this match didn't live up to the instant classic that they had at TakeOver Chicago, but it was just not as good as the top 3 matches that I'm about to list right here, right now.
Don't run, you idiot.
Coming in at number 3 is going to be Aleister Black versus the Velveteen Dream at NXT TakeOver War Games. What's going on, Jose? Welcome to the End of the Year Awards and the Let Loose podcast, episode number 2. So yeah, Black and Dream, Velveteen Dream's best match. He's only been in the business for 3 years. Everybody praised Velveteen Dream after this match because it was just so freaking awesome. Velveteen Dream, of course, was trying to get Aleister Black to say his name because Aleister Black didn't want to acknowledge him, basically not giving him respect for what he does. Velveteen Dream certainly got what he wanted because at the end, he said, "Enjoy infamy, Velveteen Dream," because it was an incredible match between Black and Dream. Black and Dream played a game of My Games where they mocked each other. Dream had even tied him up to the ropes and said, "Say my name." It was just a battle where that butterfly DDT, though, if you go back and watch that match, the butterfly DDT that Dream hit was absolutely perfectly executed. And the drama of Aleister Black not wanting to say the Velveteen Dream's name because he didn't want to give him the respect. Or
there's kids over here.
Velveteen Dream just wanting the respect, demanding it. It was just incredible. I mean, Velveteen Dream's best match, it's Aleister Black's best match.
I honestly could care.
And we're coming in for number 2, which is the return of War Games at NXT TakeOver War Games.
Whoa, what was that?
NXT. So the War Games match, it was the first War Games match in over 20 years. And, well, it didn't. Disappoint from Roderick Strong hitting a superplex off the top of the cage to Adam Cole on everybody. Whether it was Killian Dane's coast to coast with the trash can on Kyle O'Reilly, whether it was Adam Cole's Shining Wizard finish with the chair to Eric Young, whether, I'm going to say whether a lot, whether it was Alexander Wolf being accidentally busted open after German suplex through a table. Whether it was a double superplex from both corners of both rings where Adam Cole was just standing in the middle saying Adam Cole, bang bang. There was just so much about this match that you could enjoy because there was just so many spots, and it definitely lived up to the return of War Games. And I mean, there was nothing much you could say about it other than it comes in at number 2 on my list. But are you guys ready for number 1, ladies and gentlemen? Because, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 1, it is Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate for the UK title at NXT TakeOver Chicago. What more can you say about this match than epic? These men were already made on the UK independent scene, but you damn best believe that this match made both of them as the stars they are right now in the WWE and NXT. Whether it was Bate with that fast airplane spin.
What?
Whether it was the triangle choke counter after the standing shooting star press, whether it was the elbows to the head and there to the finish of Dunne,
what is wrong with this
Dunne
game?
moving out of the way of the suicide dive and Bate landing on his head. Hold up, guys. Hold up. There was just so much that you can enjoy about this match, and it just made it all the more enjoyable, which is why it is NXT's match of the year. We're gonna go on now to the top 10 best WWE matches on the main roster. The honorable mention will obviously be Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens in an Extreme Rules match for the Universal title at the Royal Rumble. Spoiler alert, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, they dominate this list a lot, trust me. Coming in at number 10 is the Elimination Chamber match from the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view for the WWE Championship between John Cena, AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, Baron Corbin, Dean Ambrose, and I forgot. Wait, John Cena, Bray Wyatt, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Baron Corbin, and The Miz. There we go. Oh my God, no. So the Elimination Chamber match was absolutely amazing. Whether it was Cena diving up the top of the pod with the crossbody, Cena falling off the pod, Cena with a German suplex for both Ambrose and Styles, Wyatt with the midair Sister Abigail for the victory. There was just so much action in this match that made it all the more enjoyable, and it's a very underrated match. If I had to make a list of them underrated matches of the year, this would probably be high up there, probably in top 3, because nobody really remembers this match anymore, but it is worth talking about because it was such a good match. It's coming in at number 10 on the list. What are you guys doing? I'm playing Fortnite, doing that in the Year Awards, Lord Loose Podcast episode 2. Coming in at number 9 is the best television match of the year when it is Roman Reigns taking on Cesaro on the December 11th episode of Monday Night Raw for the Intercontinental Championship. Everybody, a lot of wrestling legends praise this match because it was just so freaking good. Cesaro worked. Usually, it'll get boring when a superstar just works over the part of a superstar for the long duration of the match. But Cesaro made it work when he worked over the arm of Roman Reigns. When he just gets catching Reigns for the Superman punches, keeping him in the arm bars. Reigns way out. He couldn't hit the Superman punch. His arm was in pain. The spear would have. Whoa. Yeah, probably because of that. But yeah, guys, so, we obviously, I just said number 8, right? The Fatal 5. The Fatal 5 was good. It was awesome. I mean, there wasn't a lot of extreme moments towards the end, but it didn't really matter because it made up for it in the end. Reigns' double spear through Finn and Joe through the barricade. We obviously had, Seth Rollins' frog splash through the frickin' announce table to Bray Wyatt. The shock Samoa Joe victory setting up the Joe, Brock dream match, and all 5 of these men deserved this opportunity because they were just so freaking amazing in this match. And I mean, it really just highlighted that no matter how many people you can throw into one match, it can still be an absolute classic, and that's exactly what it was. And the Fatal 5-Way from the Extreme Rules pay-per-view coming in, of course, at number 8. Why do you remember all these matches? Because I knew that I was going to do this. When I started my channel, I was like, maybe I could do an End of the Year Awards. And then I was watching all these. And I watched a lot of the pay-per-views, so. Coming in at number 7, it is AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 32. WrestleMania 32, the match that nobody wanted to see, but everybody was talking about after it happened. Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. Everybody thought that when this was rumored to happen, nobody wanted to see it because they thought it was a disgrace to the name of AJ Styles, and that after working with Chris Jericho last year, he should be working with somebody of high caliber, not Shane McMahon. But oh my God, were they wrong after watching this match? Styles and Shane McMahon put it all on the line to, well, you could say, just freaking show that this match deserved to be at WrestleMania. For whether it was catching Styles from the Springboard 450 into the Triangle Choke, the one-legged hook Styles clash. What else was in this matchup? The coast to coast at the trash can that was not supposed to happen because there was no DQ. It was not no DQ, but they did it anyway. Styles just looked great in this match. Shane looked great in this match. I mean, this match is just so freaking good. And there is, hold up, guys. Where are the awards? I don't know, man. I don't actually have the awards. I just literally, I'm just saying them. I wrote them down on a piece of paper. But yeah, I don't know. It still feels good. So yeah, Styles and McMahon coming in at number 6. Coming in at number 5 is gonna be Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. Wait, no, we're at 6. Sorry, I'm confusing it. I'm getting so hyped. Coming in at number 6, it is gonna be Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus The Bar at No Mercy for the Raw Tag Team Championship. This matchup was so good on so many levels. I mean, from the powerbomb from Cesaro off the top rope onto Ambrose to Rollins to the what else happened? So it's a top 10. Yeah, it's top 10. We did top 3 best NXT takeovers. We did top 5 best WWE pay-per-views. We just did top 10 best NXT matches. Now we're doing top 10 best WWE matches. Then we're gonna go on to top 10 best superstars outside of WWE, top 10 best superstars in NXT, and top 10 best superstars in the WWE to close it out. There are honorable mentions. There have been honorable mentions throughout this list, and don't worry. You guys can go back and watch it. So yeah, so back to the Bar versus Rollins and Ambrose on No Mercy. Overall, this match was just a masterpiece, man. Like, nobody wanted like this to. Nobody expected it because we had already seen it like so many times, and nobody expected it to be as good as it was. But it, from Cesaro's teeth going into his gums and bleeding, it just added to the drama of that he is the Swiss Superman. Because he continued to fight. He didn't care that his gums were pushed up his goddamn mouth. That his teeth were pushed up his goddamn mouth, I should say. He was gonna fight and he was gonna put on a show, and that's exactly what they did. They put on an instant classic and proved why tag team wrestling was as good as it was in 2017, because we had teams like Rollins and Ambrose and Sheamus and Cesaro leading the charge with matches like this, and that's why it's coming in at number 6 on the list. Alright. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Finn Balor versus AJ Styles at the TLC pay-per-view. This matchup was used as a filler due to Bray Wyatt falling victim to a, what was it? Viral infection. So many people were disappointed that this was just like a filler match with like no actual story. But it didn't matter because they put on the best match of the TLC pay-per-view. Obviously, you could say it was the Battle of the Bullet Club era, but the Hardys fade away. I guess they're obsolete. Oh my god, I knew you were gonna say obsolete. But man, they're coming. Finn Balor brought out the demon. He brought it out for Finn. He knew that he needed to bring out for AJ. We knew that it needed to be something special. And my oh my, was it really something special, this match. It was a dream match that many people needed to be at WrestleMania with build. They didn't have any build. It didn't even matter because this matchup was just so that they were botching there a little bit towards the beginning, but it didn't matter. And you know, you can say that, man, Finn Balor, whether they book him wrong, whether they don't, he can still put out instant classic matches and show why he is the demon. But guys, that's going to be coming in at number 5 on the list. Coming in at number 4 is the Fatal 4-Way match from the SummerSlam pay-per-view between Samoa Joe. Yep, Samoa Joe. Roman Reigns. You guys are gonna get sick of me. You guys already got sick of me mentioning Roman Reigns, right? And of course, the monster among them, Braun Strowman, and the Beast, the Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. This matchup was so good. I mean, I don't even know, man. I was kind of bummed out a little bit by some of the, because, you know, I thought it was gonna be Reigns. Where's your monster now? Oh my god. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Sorry that I'm stuttering, guys. It's just like, I'm getting like really excited about this. But yeah. So this matchup was so good. I mean, obviously we had Braun Strowman throwing a freaking chair, like an office chair at Reigns and Joe. We had the suicide forearm to get a guy's suicide forearm. What an appropriate time to say the suicide forearm. I'm sorry about that. I should not be making a joke about that. But yeah. Obviously, you know, we had what else was there? We had the Brock Lesnar getting power slammed through 2 tables and then having a table fall on top of him. We had the unfortunate conclusion of Brock Lesnar winning the match with an F5 out of nowhere to Roman Reigns. But this matchup just detailed that no matter what you say about Roman Reigns, he is just good at what he does. There's nothing we can do about it. And I mean, yeah, it was just a great match. It's coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is a match that nobody expected it to happen because they all thought this guy was lazy. Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles at Survivor Series. A Brock Lesnar one-on-one match in the top 3 in 2017. No. I must be playing with you guys, but I assure you that I am not. We all know, guys, that Brock Lesnar's a part-timer. He's getting pretty lazy as it comes to his one-on-one matches. But guess what? Didn't matter because this match was just awesome. Styles got offense, and a lot of it, might I add, and it just brought out the best in Lesnar because it shows that when motivated, Brock Lesnar can have an incredible match, whether he's a part-timer or not. Brock versus AJ was no better than Finn versus... Yes, it was. In my opinion, it was. These are all my opinion, by the way, guys, so you guys are always free to disagree with me in the comment section below. But yeah, obviously, Brock sold the calf crusher like a freaking god. That was an incredible calf crusher sell. Obviously, you know, we have... what else happened there? Obviously, you know, we have the phenomenal forearm that everybody thought it was going to be over. But of course, Brock did win, which unfortunately is sad, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Brock Lesnar went 15 minutes with the best wrestler in the WWE. I just spoiled it, but whatever, doesn't matter. And it was just awesome. I feel as if Brock can have a good match if motivated, and this match just proved it. Coming in at number 2, it is a New Day versus the Usos at Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Tag Team titles inside the Hell in a Cell structure. New Day and Usos have had the best tag team feud of the year in 2017. Their matchup at SummerSlam was incredible. Their matchup on Sin City SmackDown Live was great, but their matchup at Hell in a Cell was their best match to date. And obviously, you can see these tag teams went to war inside the Hell in a Cell, and I mean, can you blame them? I mean, they just wanted to prove that they deserve to be on the main card of the SummerSlam show. And boy, oh boy, did they really prove it. Obviously, trapping, I believe it was Jimmy in the corner with kendo sticks, the chair shots. We obviously had the drumsticks and all that being played. Like, there were so many funny weapons and so many funny moments that just made it all the more enjoyable. And I mean, it was the best tag team feud of the year, culminated in the best way possible, which is why it comes in at number 2. Coming in at number 1, it is AJ Styles versus John Cena for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Styles and Cena, ladies and gentlemen. Many people say it was the best match of the year for the main roster, and I absolutely agree. Styles and Cena had an instant classic at SummerSlam, and it was one of the matches of the year 2016. However, this matchup was just better from a technical standpoint and from a historical standpoint. Could you invite me to Fortnite when a spot opens up in your party? Sure. So yeah, Styles and Cena was just great. What else do we have? We also have, of course, the fact that John Cena made history, like I said earlier, with his 16th world title. And it was just made the match all the more historic because it just shows how well done a historical match like this can be made. And it was just absolutely incredible from the get-go. From a technical standpoint, it was awesome. And I mean, you can just, like, I watch it over a million times, and it just never gets old. See, that's why it comes in at number... So it comes in at number 1. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the top 10 best matches. Sorry that I'm starting a lot, guys. I feel like really bad, but you know, it's just like, oh, I'm excited, so, and now I'm gonna die in the game. But yeah. So yeah, guys, for the top 10 best superstars and all that, I'm not gonna go into detail because you guys are probably ready. For the top 10 best superstars in NXT, it's gonna be honorable mentions of the iconic duo Ember Moon and Drew McIntyre. Coming in at number 10 is Velveteen Dream. Coming in at number 9, it is Andrade Cien Almas. Coming in at number 8, it is Killian Dane. Coming in at number 7, it is Bobby Roode. Coming in at number 6, it is Adam Cole. 5 is Asuka, 4 is Tyler Bate, 3 is Johnny Gargano, 2 is Aleister Black, and number 1 is Pete Dunne. The top 10 best wrestlers that are not in WWE, the honorable mentions are Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi. Coming in at number 10, it is Ricochet, 9 is Rey Mysterio, 8 is Keith Lee, 7 is Tetsuya Naito, 6 is Marty Scurll, 5 is Cody, 4 are the Young Bucks, 3 is Will Ospreay, Okada, and 1 is Kenny Omega. Coming in at number 10 for the best WWE superstars of the year, the honorable mentions are Sami Zayn, The New Day, Charlotte, Finn Balor, and The Bar. Coming in at number 10, it is Seth Rollins. 9 is The Miz, 8 is Samoa Joe, 7 is Kevin Owens, 6 is John Cena, 5 are the Usos, Neville's number 4, Strowman's number 3, 2 is Roman Reigns, and number 1 is AJ Styles. So that's going to be it, guys, for the Let Loose podcast, episode number 2. If you guys enjoyed, please click that like button. I'm going to go more in depth on a lot of situations earlier. And so that was the end of the year awards. We're going to be coming out with another podcast next week. If you guys enjoyed, click that like button. Again, guys, turn on that notification bell for all the updates on any video I do. The Let Loose podcast episode 3 will be coming out next week. There's going to be a lot of topics I'm going to talk about. And I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out.